Hey guys, welcome back to the main event. I'm Daniel, and yeah, we're heading back to WCW for Starrcade 1993. It's Vader's belt, Flair's career. It's all on the line. I'll tell you right now, this actually feels bigger, at least main event wise, feels bigger than that year's WrestleMania. I'm sorry, I didn't think I'd ever say that, but this actually feels like a bigger match. We'll wait, let's get into it. So, we're going back to December 27th, 1993, at the Independence Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're in front of like 8,000 fans. In the main event, if Ric Flair loses, he must retire. World title match, Vader, with Harley Race in his corner, going up against Flair. This is one of those... This is a match I didn't know a whole lot about. I knew that they faced, and once again I read it in my almanac, but I didn't know much about beyond that. I will say, what's one thing I noticed, and just from reading the almanacs, and I guess kind of like just what I've kind of gathered from other people, well, it seemed like this is almost like the beginning of the end for Vader, even though he would still be with the company for another year or so. It just seemed like it was all starting to go downhill, because like once he got in there with Flair, he lost the title back to him, and then of course Hogan comes in shortly afterwards, and forget about it. So I don't know. It just seems like Vader had such a great run prior to this, but it didn't turn out so well beyond this. But I don't know. I haven't watched him, and I don't. But I'm not saying he just jobbed out every time from here on out. But it just seemed like this was kind of like his glory days are maybe behind him right now. So at least as far as WCW goes, I know he he wrestled in Japan and he had a decent run in WWF, but past all that, let's get into this match. Of course, build up for this thing. Flair, of course, he left WCW in '91, and he returned. I forget shortly. I was there early '93. I can't remember exactly when it was, but came back and instantly won the at the time it was the NWA World Heavyweight title from Barry Windham. Of course, the NWA would eventually back out completely from WCW, and of course the title was renamed, I believe it was like the International World Championship or something like that. WCW International World Title or whatever. And of course he, still counts, the world title, and he would eventually drop that to Rick Rude. Vader, on the other hand, had a really good year. He defeats Ron Simmons back in '92 for the title. I will say he did drop the title once to Sting, but it was a very short title reign. Like, he got it right back. Of course, he would go on to, defend not just against Sting, but Dave Boy Smith as well. And, of course, that would lead to the formation of the Master of the Powerbombs versus Superpowers, feud / boat destruction angle. And then, of course, he would go on to feud with Cactus Jack. Now, once again, I don't watch the product. I didn't watch the product at the time. I don't know if he was publicly scheduled to face Sid, because, they were going to push for an angle with him and Sid Vicious at Starrcade. So I don't know if that was they actually pushed for that, or they actually mentioned that at one time. But either way, the incident involving Arn Anderson and Sid Vicious and a pair of scissors went down. And we all know how that ended. And, of course, Sid Vicious was fired. So Flair jumps in there, takes his place, and, of course, it becomes Flair versus Vader. And, of course, it's title versus career here. So, once again, I'm not sure if that was ever... I know they hit the scissor stabbing incident off air, but I didn't know if they had... If you guys know, let me know if Vicious was initially, slated, hey, in 2 months at Starrcade, Sid Vicious versus Vader, and they're like, oh shit, Vicious is gone now. It's Ric Flair versus Vader. So I don't know if that was the case, or if it was just like they agreed they was going to have them fight, and then of course it happened, and they threw Flair in there, so no one knew. But either way, let me know if you guys happen to know the answer to that. So anyways, yeah, let's jump into this, shall we? I will say, because once again, I've mentioned numerous times before, I did not watch the WCW at the time, so I didn't know any of this. I gotta say, just from I don't watch the entire cards. I just watch something that sounds interesting, or a match I've heard that oh, check that out, and then I watch the main event. That's it, and I didn't watch anything other than this. So I will say, just from watching the video package and the pre-match stuff. This match felt fucking hyped. Like, my lands. Because we all know Flair's a bit of an emotional guy anyways. And dude, like, he's teared up this entire time. They do a final, like, as we're seeing Vader, like, you know, come to the arena early, and he's training in the ring early and still just fucking huge. He's fucking Vader. And then we get Flair at home with his family, little Charlotte and David. I'm guessing that's a Reed. I don't really know if that's him or not. But either way, we get the, you know, the Flair clan right there. And dude, like, it's an emotional thing. Like, you know, Mean Gene's all solemn and quiet and everything. And Flair kind of gives his final goodbye, even though, like, you know, we're hoping he wins, you know. And I mean, we know he does, but I mean, you're just like, son of a bitch. And he, that one last, you know, walk in, and you're just like, my lands, like, this has some weight to it. This has got, you know, this is a big deal. And then, of course, Michael Buffer, you know, does the announcing. And once again, to me, this has a huge, like, this is one of the few times, if not the only time, at least I can think of right now, where Starrcade, at least main event-wise, eclipses WrestleMania. Like, even though I know I covered the Hogan-Yokozuna match, we didn't know about that. It was Hart and Yokozuna, and I'm like, that didn't have the same feel on any level that this did. Like, this was just like, holy, like, this is it. This is the event of the season right here. Like, this is it. The match of the year, you know. I don't just have, it had that much to it. And then, you know, Flair comes out there. Of course, we're in Flair country, obviously. And dude, like, he's emotional, just getting in there. And just like, you know, even the commentators are kind of playing it up, and just, my lands. So let's get to the actual match. And dude, Vader just lights his ass up. Like, Vader dominates. And dude, stiffs him the entire fucking time. Like, I'm just like, my God. Of course, I mean, I'm not, you know, I know Flair can take it. Because, you know, it was only 6 years prior to this that, you know, he was in there with Ronnie Garvin. And Garvin's, you know, chopping his shit out of him and everything. I think it's funny the commentating here because, like, literally they're running down, like, the former Starrcades. And they're like, you know, Flair's been part of all of them. And then they have, like, retrying. And he's like, well, he hasn't been at all. He missed a couple. And you're just thinking, like, huh, where was he at, Tony? Where did Flair go when he missed those couple? Well, was it WWF by chance? But that aside, though, you know, they do kind of, you know, I don't know, the commentator just really added to it here. They also bring up the history, obviously, between Harley Race and Flair, which, of course, it was Flair who took the title from Harley Race. And, you know, I mean, maybe it's Starrcade 83, actually. But, no, so like I said, it just, I don't know, it's just, it just had this big fight feel, and Vader brings it. However, Flair has to, you know, outmaneuver him, and, of course, he starts chopping away as well. And, of course, he does a lot of moving and running and everything else. But it's mostly Vader. Vader just chopping the shit out of him. And then, of course, once Flair gets the upper hand, he rough work on the leg. And then, of course, I can't remember if he gets the figure four on. I know he tries to at one point, gets kicked off. I can't remember if he finally gets it on or not. But as Vader gets up, Flair goes right for the leg, chop block from behind, and then this kind of does this awkward roll up. But 1, 2, 3, Flair wins, and you know, awkward roll up aside, it worked. Like it, I don't know, it felt good. Like you're just like, yeah. So I mean, even if that was kind of a weird looking roll up, it just kind of works. Flair wins. Flair wins, and of course, you know, he doesn't have to retire. Of course, it's not like a retirement match ever kept the guy down anyways, right? So Flair wins, and, you know, boom. And dude, it really is just like a huge, huge moment right there. Like, I don't know, like it felt epic. If it, like I said, the one time where it literally eclipsed WrestleMania, like it just like, of course, the following year won't do that. At all. I don't know if it ever will again. But yeah, you know, it literally, this is pretty goddamn good. And then, of course, you know, the fallout from this, they would continue the feud. This would lead to a Thunderdome cage match at Super Brawl 4 between these two. So, yeah, of course, we'll cover that when we get closer to it. So yeah, there you have it. I love this match. I thought this match really surprised that, because when I saw that I was going to be doing, you know, and once again I didn't know I'd be doing it for, you know, career versus title and like that. I just saw, you know, it's Flair versus Vader. I was like, all right, let's do it. You know, curious to see how these guys match up. Heard, you know, I remember I heard shoot interviews with Flair talking about how, you know, how tough Vader was in the ring, and, you know, the stiff jabs he gave him and everything like that. But I didn't think anything of it. And then, like I said, just before the bell even rings, like, dude, it's perfect. Like, it literally is. Like, it's like you're watching like a Rocky movie or something like that. Like, it's like Rocky 4. Like literally, can Flair Flair's gonna have to, it's all on the line and everything. Like I said, just I don't know. There's so much emotion to it that literally the hype was done right, and then once you get into the actual match, they crank it up to another level altogether. So yeah, overall, big thumbs up on this match. Let me know what you guys thought about this match if you happen to watch it. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. I rarely do that. Like I do say, like you should watch all these matches, whatever. But as far as me highly recommend something, this is one of those highly recommends right here. I highly recommend it. Watch the build up to it and everything. Like I said, finish the last match and then go into the how they got set up on the network. So you go through it and then all that right there. But yeah, definitely watch the video package and all that stuff. Like I said, it works. Like they literally they sink it right in there. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the match down below. Tune in tomorrow as we do. We're gonna find out who the main eventer of 1993 was. And I think it's gonna surprise you or anger you, one of the two. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time.